Okay, hey you guys. How's it going? We are here. And we are back. It's Wednesday. Say hello to me when you get here. Share the show, okay? And yes, it's 8 o'clock, okay? We are here. So there will be no more 8:30 as of now. Super excited about that. Super excited about that. Able to get back to the regular schedule program. Okay. How are you guys feeling? I am tired. I know I always say I won't be before you guys long, but I won't be before you guys long unless y'all make me be before you long because y'all know we're always getting into some stuff. We're always chit chatting. And I'm tired today. I know I'm always tired, but I'm really tired today. Maybe it's the weather. I don't know. What is the weather like where you are? But but share the show, okay? I see you guys. Hey YouTube, I see you guys over there on YouTube. Here it's funny because like last week maybe I had did like I went on YouTube at like this random time, right? And I just had a little rant, and it wasn't even really a rant. I'm gonna call it like an open discussion, you know. And just with my thoughts. And shockingly, it was so many people there. I was like, oh, wait a minute, this is not what I was expecting. So it threw me off. He I thought I was sneaking doing something. Come to find out, child, I wasn't doing nothing. But say hello to me when you get in here. So I don't know. It's some things going on. A lot of things going on. I don't know what to get into, and yeah, that's just where I am with it. But I'm gonna crack me open something, okay? While y'all get on in here, it's Wednesday, June. Okay, so I will say that I made this little truce with myself that there were going to be no bad days in June. That I was going to have no bad days in June. Okay, and we are 10 days in, and when I tell you, when you make a commitment to yourself, you have to stick to it. And even though there has been like some hoops and hurdles, right? But sorry, I'm pouring my drink in my can. I'm sorry. But even though it's been some little hoops, I was like, still, there are no bad days in June. So I've kind of been liking it, right? So yeah, I've been liking it thus far. Hold on. And this was so like random. I was like, okay, I was gonna come on at 8:30 still, but I was like, no. So I love the fact that y'all go with me wherever I go. And I know when Benita get here, she'll say hello. And if you guys miss it tonight, it's okay because it ain't much going on. But yeah, I usually make announcements, but I ain't make announcements. Benita been doing an announcement thing though. She did the thing. She put the announcements up in the group. So shout outs to Benita, okay? So I had to get my little drink. I'm hoping I can go to sleep. Y'all know I don't sleep, so I'm hoping that I will go to sleep. Hey, Princess, love the hair. Oh, thank you. Thank you. I still got to see the baby child. Shout outs to little stinker butt. Okay. Princess that had a baby, y'all. hmm She's a black lady and her baby looks Mexican. He is so cute. And so it's some been different little things that's been going on, right? I didn't really keep up with the Carmelo trial. So if you kept up with it, you can let me know. But what I will say, like stuff like that, like certain topics, right? I can get into to a degree. And here lately, I don't know what's been going on because some people have been wanting me to get into been asking me about the Jarvis Butts and the Naziah Harris case. Oh my God, that the more and more you learn about that case is just super disturbing. He unalived himself, and now they still don't know where her body is. And then you have this case. I didn't really keep up with it. Like stuff when it comes to kids, I don't know about y'all, but some people can do it. Like I have to scroll past like kids getting cursed out on the internet, um, abuse of any kind. Like I just can't take it. How about y'all? I like to know how do y'all be able to sit and watch it? I can't take it. And I don't know all the specifics with the case with him, but I do know that People are upset. People are upset from what I saw. It was like when I seen him crying when they was showing it, posting pictures of him crying. I was like, I can't do this. Like I can't do this. Because I was like, it's not funny and all this. But I have seen where some people have been upset saying, where's the outrage, right? Where's, the Jesse Jacksons and the Al Sharptons and the Jamal Bryants and the Amanda Seals, and where's everybody in this case where this boy was prosecuted, right? But I don't know how true it is, but they said that he had an all-white jury. I'm like, dang, I ain't an all-white jury. Like, that's different. But I'm not sure. Have you guys saw it? Did you guys keep up with it? And it just was sad. It's just so sad watching him, I guess he was defending himself, and I don't want to speak out of context because I know that it's a very touchy subject for some people, but I definitely said a prayer. I definitely said a prayer for him. I don't know too much about the trial, but I was like, Lord, please let this thing get overturned, okay? Like, this is crazy. Especially if, it was what it was. Hey, Alexis. Thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you. I had to put the bush away. She'll be back though, child. She will be back, but I don't know. But yeah, so I don't know too much about the case. So if you guys know a lot about the case, or if you know anything about it, or if you just have some thoughts on it, you can either, maybe I should put the link here so you guys could either call and join into the show, or maybe not. But at the end of the day, I don't know. I definitely think if he had an all-white jury, then there was definitely like something to be like, okay, come on now, what's going on? But yeah, I'm waiting to see. I don't know how true. I know Charleston White right now is trying. He's about to start a GoFundMe or something. He's putting up. I just saw him doing a video. I think he has said he has 70,000 or 7,000, but I think he says 70,000, but he's trying to raise $1 million. Like some people are trying to now get him like this dream team of lawyers, and they said that there's some footage, and if you see the footage, then you'll see that Karmelo Anthony should have been found guilty. And then I saw, but see, we live in this thing where AI is like a really big thing. So I don't really know. I don't really know if these pictures are true or not. Let me try to find them. Let me just find them so we can be on the same on page. And I was like, oh, you know what? If these pictures are true, it doesn't change the facts. But I was like, oh my God, I don't like what they're trying to do. So it was some pictures with him with some pums in his hand, right? And I was like, okay, now they're trying to paint him out to be like this thugs out. Look, didn't I say I wasn't gonna go down this train and look like we're going down this train anyway? Because why? I got to do my research. Let me see. Now they're trying to like paint him out to be like this thugged out kid that had a grudge and was looking for some trouble. Go this way. And I was like, dang, I don't like that. But I'm going to try to show y'all these pictures. If they have them. Okay, so let's see. Okay, so let me share my screen. And let me share the screen with y'all. Are y'all familiar with the case? Talk to me, baby. Come and talk to me. I really want to meet you. Can I talk to you? I really want to know. All right, this is the screen I want to share with you guys. Okay, can we see the screen? Okay. So, they're trying to raise money for more legal fees. So I'm guessing that this was the jury. Carmelo is accused of stabbing Austin to death and high. So, okay, so since we're going here, this right here, this picture right here, this broke my heart. I couldn't watch it. I was like, oh my God, who is putting these pictures out of this little boy? Like, and who is these people? Mm-hmm. It's just so sad. I can't look at it. So they found him guilty. So Charleston White, he's going off on the black community. He created a GoFundMe. And some people are upset about it. But I am shocked that I don't see it like flooding everything. What is this? I am shocked that I don't see it flooding everything. But now I'm looking and I typed it in, I do see it. I'm just glad it's not all over my timeline, just because, like I told you guys, this stuff like here, it breaks my heart. But yeah, so they want justice for him. And it sucks because I don't even know where the picture is. Look at this. People making beat memes about it. Like, it's not funny. Like, look at this is the stuff people is doing. This is why, to a degree, that AI stuff is out of control. Look at that. Like, it's not funny. And they trying to say he a gang member and all this other stuff. I don't know, but that's the stuff that pissed me off. So I didn't, because I really know too much about it. Then you just never know with this type of stuff. You just never know with this type of stuff. But I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't like it. You guys don't like it. I don't like it. Let's get it off here. I don't like this, but I pray that it works out. I just pray that it works out in his favor and in the end. But it does lead you to the fact that this is why I used to always say that. I know that they say, you're guilty until proven innocent, but really people look at you and deem you guilty before anything. It's like you're guilty and you're more guilty, and people want you to stay guilty. But this is why I feel like things like this that's going on today, it should really be a wake-up call, especially when, we already feel like what's already been proven or shown that the justice system is not on the people of color side. Okay. I don't know why it's like that. It seems to always be like that. Well, we know why it's like that, but at the same time, it kind of should like encourage you to, do better. You know what I mean? Attempt to try to do something better so that you don't have to be in a position or a predicament where you have to be judged by these people. You know what I mean? And it's unfortunate because some people, there are a lot of people who are really like innocent that get caught up. And it's like, listen, you can raise your kids to be as good as you want them to be, but at the end of the day, we all have the right and we all make our own decisions. You know what I mean? My homeboy says the sentencing was justified. He's been going back and forth with people about it all day. Nah, I don't know. I feel like they don't even give you this much. I don't know. Everybody's going to have their own opinion about it. Like I said, I didn't keep up with it because it's heartbreaking. But I mean, they say that there's footage that showed opposite. You know, um, if he had an all-white jury, that's a problem. You know what I mean? Even back in the day when, if you watch those court shows where, they're arguing for a mixed jury and things like that on like true documented stories. Like if you go back and look at, I like to watch stories from back in the day, movies and stuff. Like I like Medgar Evers, Mississippi Burning and all of that other stuff. Whereas though in the courthouse, that was the thing. They didn't want to put people of your color on there. I think that if he would have had some people of his color on there, he wouldn't have found him guilty. But you have to see how they um presented the case. This young white boy. It's sad on both sides. That's why I say, like, no matter which way the story goes, and even in your life, their life, or the people's lives that we don't even see, it's almost like, especially in cases that end with tragedy, um, nobody wins. Nobody wins. Both parties lose, both families lose. And at the end of the day, these people aren't going through these things alone. Unfortunately, when you go in, life goes on and life for them just stops. But life goes on, and people get sick, parents pass away, grandparents, things change, you can't attend certain things, and it's just a lot. And it's just like, damn, it kind of is like, yo, we gotta wake up. And it's like, golly, don't go there. I always say, like, do your best to not have to give them anything to do or use against you. My God, especially in some of those pure, straight racist towns, countries, cities, states, or whatever. Does anybody know if he had a lawyer? Let's see. Did he have a lawyer? They say he did, but like I said, the internet lies so much, because they said that his family had raised money for a lawyer, but he had a public defender. But you can't even go off of that. Let's see. But then you got it clear as day. Where remember Casey Anthony? Casey Anthony killed her own kid and got away with it. You know what I mean? It's just unfortunate the way the court system is. Let's see. He was 19. They gave him first degree, Frisco, Texas. Let me see. Did he have a lawyer? Then the judge had only, I did see where the judge had only gave them 3 options. Did y'all see that? The judge told the jury they had better either find him guilty of manslaughter, murder, or not guilty. He gave them those 3 options they had to choose from. Could you imagine just being given those 3 options? So it's like, Lord, I'm looking down. Did he have a lawyer? Then I'm gonna share the screen. But you know what? I was like, shoot, he need Kim Kardashian and them. Remember, Kim Kardashian got that girl out of jail. Remember that little 16-year-old girl? She went to jail when she was 16, came out when she was like in her late 20s or something. Kim Kardashian got her ass up out of there. So it says his attorney worked at let's see, it's Mike Howard, based criminal defense lawyer who operates in private law firm. He's a former public defender. He was retained by the teen's family. Yeah, so reportedly they raised over $600,000 apparently this first go round. I don't know. It's almost like you snooze, you lose when it comes to like what lawyers to choose, who not to choose. Like, if you ain't got no experience in that, you know what I mean? Remember when all that stuff went on with Meek Mill and Jay-Z and them got involved, and they did the documentary on it, and the one of the lawyers was talking and said that Jay-Z had told them that every day that Meek Mill is in prison and he is not home, you are not doing your job. And I said, ooh. Jay-Z has spoken, back then, and they got his ass up out of there. They got Meek Mill home. You know what I mean? Funny, I haven't heard Meek Mill. Did Meek Mill ever sue the Philly? I don't know. Because you would think, right, that after she had him doing all of that, right, you would think that Meek Mill and them would have sued, especially because they had held him and kept wrongfully convicting him and all that stuff. Mm-hmm. But I hope they do raise the money and get the money together for him again. At least one thing I will say, you definitely get to see that. They always say we don't come together, but we do. But like I said, people now are just like, where are the leaders? Me and one of my friends were talking, and she was like, well, you know, um, she's saying that she believes that they always want to ignite us into the fights because we're the ones who make things happen. And clearly we do. Like, I feel like, I don't know, how do y'all feel? Do y'all think that? I feel like us as Black people keep the world going around. I'm not gonna lie. What y'all think? Like, we're gonna buy stuff that we ain't no business buying. Um, we're just so talented. Like, when you look around, everybody everywhere takes a piece of us, whether it's the big booties, the full lips, and all the breasts, the curves. Like, everybody takes us. I mean, I was cracking up here recently when I had saw I had seen this Indian girl, right? And she's cute, but I saw this Indian girl. I wonder if I can still guide it so I can show y'all. And I was like, oh no, this girl knows she is out of line. But she was this cute Indian chick, and she was dancing to some hip hop stuff. And I was just like, yo, everybody like takes from us. And ultimately, I wish that we really would wake up and really realize, like, yo, we really are the sugar honey iced tea. Like, I know, like, right now, finances is like difficult for a lot of people right now, especially with the things that people that I've been encountering. Like, everybody is going through something. But one thing I know about us, we figure it out. We figure it out. You know, them white people don't know what to do when they don't have no money. Like, you know, when that stuff was going on with that baby boom and all that stuff, and the stock market was crashing, them people was up there jumping out of buildings. Remember we talked about it like a few years ago. Remember that one old little white man that went on the run that he killed the whole family, the mother, his kids, and then he was gone. They didn't catch him for like almost 50 years later, but by then he was already like 90 years old, had a new family and everything, and was living somewhere else. They don't know how to handle not having money. And I think it's because, you know, I hate to be like, oh, well, it's because we're so used to it, but we're very resourceful. We're very resourceful and we figure it out. I was trying to find this video, y'all, of this Indian girl, and she is dancing and dancing and dancing. But this is why I said that I really think too, maybe he wouldn't have gotten, so, you know, right? This is just me. So, you know, like the world is like a reflection of its leader, right? And right now, the racism and all of that hatred and just foolishness is at like an ultimate high, right? It's an all-time high. And I also feel like there's some of maybe his sentencing goes with that, like with what's going on in the world today. The president of the United States of America, this is not his first rodeo. When every time he's been in office, there has been a bunch of chaos, confusion, racism, and things like that. And then when Biden had gotten elected, it had calmed down. You know what I mean? Like, he gives them a voice. And I just watched a video a couple weeks ago where a content creator, I don't know if you guys know him, he annoys me, but he like goes around and he does food reviews, but he has like, he's from like South Carolina, I think, or North Carolina, and he has these dreads, and the owners didn't even want him filming their restaurant, and it was a lot of Black people in that restaurant at that time. And when they put him out, and they all knew who he was, but the man of the owner was like, you got to get out. We don't want you in here. And he was like, Dag, I was just about to tell everybody, like, hey, this is really, that your restaurant and stuff is really good. And they were like, no. And that one you could clearly see it was pure racism. I don't know. Y'all tell me. I was like, well, you listen. I was like, well, I wonder why nobody else got up. Right. And hear me out, because this is what me and my one friend, we go back and forth about it all the time, because my homegirl is like pro-Black. You hear me? She is like pro-Black, bust down. And I'm just always like, yes, but we don't really like stick together like that. I feel like because some of the people who were in that restaurant knew him, They had greeted him and they had watched him. They basically put him out for no reason. Put him out the restaurant for no reason. He didn't do anything. Oops, sorry. He didn't do anything bad. He didn't say anything. He was just in there filming and going around, and people were taking pictures of him and talking to him. Would y'all have got out and walked out? Would you have got up and walked out? I don't like. For me, I'm a principled person, right? And I definitely feel like if you don't stand for something, you will fall for anything. And it's almost like I don't really shop at Target anyway. I just feel like Target is just too high to whatever. But even during the time where there was supposed to be that Target strike, right? People were still going to Target. Like people were there, Bonita. People were still going to Target, right? And I remember some of the people who I knew were still going to Target. I was like, y'all still going to Target? They was like, yeah, because I got to get this. I was like, And I never went anyway. But I know that whenever you're trying to do anything, you're going to always have your I always say like your house Negroes. Like you're going to always have those people that's like, look, they don't have nothing to do with me. I'm still going here because they have everything I need. And everybody has a right to do what they want to do. But I do feel like that is part of the reason why we don't really get far. You know what I mean? Like we get but so far because we don't fully stick together. And I know that people like to say, oh, well, we're not sticking together because of slavery. And I'm like, listen, we are in modern day slavery, baby, but it's completely different. You know what I mean? I seen that, and I also was wondering why nobody else got up. Yes, I would have left. They were all in his face. Okay, so you seen it. Good. I'm not alone. Okay, so you would have left. So all right. I'm so glad I'm not alone with that. I couldn't believe it. I was like, damn. They putting this man out this restaurant and then sat there and lied and try to say that he assaulted them. He was on girl, it took me out when the man was on the phone with the police and was like, he just assaulted me. And he was like, what? He didn't do anything. And the sad part is the white man did that in front of his black employees that were there on the side and other people. And I felt like that. I was like, why is nobody leaving? Like, why it's like a barbecue spot or something. Yeah, I was like, this is crazy. So I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is. It made my blood boil. Yeah. So what do you think it is? Like, why don't you think? Do you think we stick together? Like, what is it that you think hinders us from all sticking together during things like that? When we see things that are like completely wrong, it's like, come on, yo, the food ain't that goddamn good. You know what I mean? And I say that because look at what happened when Keith Lee spoke about look at what happened when Keith Lee spoke about what they was doing to Mr. Tennism. Got him up out of there. So, when we get together and we unite, we really do things. We really do make a difference. You know what I mean? And I'm like, why didn't nobody leave out of this restaurant? And it was a lot of black people in there like, what the fuck are we doing? Right. Still sitting there and eating their food and things like that. And this is why I said, like, we really make the world go around. We keep a lot of businesses thriving. And I was just like, I don't know what it is that makes us just be like, we can't stick together. It's and I don't like that. I don't like that. And I'm saying that to Princess because it's like we watch other people be dead wrong. Like we watch other races be dead wrong. But they stick together. It's almost like, y'all know how I feel about these mothers and their sons. But it's almost like a mother who will know her son ain't no good and watch him and his fucked up behavior with different women and justify it. Or you think y'all cool and you like, Miss Bertha, Brandon did X, Y, and Z. Is he seeing somebody else? Miss Bertha ain't gonna tell you a goddamn thing. Miss Bertha done met everybody. You know what I mean? And And ooh, that's gonna lead me to something else. And everybody's always like, well, I'm not gonna tell on my kid. I'm not gonna tell on my son. Um, you know, that's this and that. I can't stand that. Yo, this is why I don't be doing I don't be doing moms. Listen, because they'd be like, boy, I be to smack your mother. But I don't. I've even seen it like firsthand, like a family full of women know that their son or their brother or their cousin is some trash and they enable it. You know what I mean? It's almost like they encourage it, bring women around, all these different women. Like, yo, I know my mom and my brother, he couldn't bring and maybe it could be just a result as to what I seen growing up. You know what I mean? Like my brother had a bunch of hoes. But well, I can't call them hoes because I didn't know they was hoes, but y'all know what I'm saying. Like, this is what I was living. But my mother, she ain't play that. I can honestly say that she ain't played, and I think that that's why I'm the same way. Like I ain't play that. My mother used to tell my brother like crazy. Okay. And it could be I used to work in my last job and the billionaire Bobby, right? He taught me this when he says things and it's like it was a learned behavior. So that's why I always like it was a learned behavior. So it was a learned behavior for me to I just told, and me telling, also as a kid growing up, like I lost friends and stuff. Like you knew what their man was doing, and they was mad that you knew what their man was doing, so they ain't want to tell you. They feel away, and then it's like, well, dad, she always run her mouth. She always say, no, it's just like I don't care if you gonna leave him or not. I don't want, you know what I'm saying? I don't want you. I don't want you to ever feel like I know something and I'm your friend and I'm not telling you. But I learned as I got older, everybody don't, you can't tell nobody about their man child. I learned that very, very early. Um, but, but, um, it's a learned behavior. And I can't stand that. So it's like you stick with him, whether your son is right, wrong, or indifferent, and then here you are. How do you expect Peaches and Miss Punky to still be cool? Like how do you do that? Like how do I still go to like the family reunions or the cookouts and everybody there? I don't care. Y'all can say what y'all want to say. That it is embarrassing when everybody know what's going on but you. Okay. And it's not even about it being embarrassing because I don't care about it about being embarrassing, but I care when I'm not able to authentically show up and be myself. Um, has anybody else ever felt like that? And I'm not saying that, authentically showing up being myself as if I would be something different. I'm using this term as authentically showing up as myself, knowing what the hell is going on. That way I know what's going on. The sister, hey, you can keep your high. You can keep yours. You know what I mean? I don't like to not know, right? And I just feel like we should not take people's choices from them. And so here we are, and that happens a lot. So it's like, yo, and me and my one friend, we go at it. I should go because they like, well, I'ma tell my kids that they're wrong, not in front of the person they're in a relationship with. I'ma do it to them, right? And I'm like, oh, okay. I think that is great. Like, I think that that's great that you could do that because I can't. I'm gonna tell you, you're not right. Right, wrong, or indifference. You're not right. I'm not just agreeing with you because you're my kid. I'm not. And here it is for me. Maybe men are different. Are men different? Like for me, I'm a woman before I'm anything. I'm a woman before I'm your friend. I'm a woman before I'm your sister. I'm a woman before I'm your niece, your cousin. I'm a woman before I am any of those things. I'm a woman before I'm a mother. And I feel like when you just experience different things, and it don't even have to be infidelity, right? But even when you just experience different things with being in a relationship with people, yo, certain things I can like like I feel corrupted. I remember when I used to always be with my daughter's dad and stuff when we were together, and his his homeboys, and they say birds of a feather flock together. So I should have known he was an Aflac. You know what I mean? But we definitely don't stick together. It's the crab in the barrel one. Yeah, but I guess, but honestly, too, we have to stop blaming it on these syndromes. Like like the syndrome and the slavery. It's like a no, like you are a grown ass adult and you're supposed to be an independent thinker and you are able to make choices. We have to stop, you know? Um, I feel like there's many different reasons why we don't stick together. I feel like there are many different reasons why we don't stick together. I think some people just simply don't care. Yeah, and you know what? I think that's probably too, Elena. I think that's the whole overall thing. Like, yeah, we have to call a thing a thing. That's what it is overall. We don't care as people until it affects us. You have the percentage that does care, that they're just naturally carers, right? And then you have a more larger scale of people who are like, it ain't me. I ain't got nothing to do with it. You know, and both are right in their own right. You get what I'm saying? I feel like that. Like, come on, y'all, help me get this thought. Like, I feel like both are right, but when does the if it doesn't affect me part become a can we put that in the trash? You know what I mean? When does that become a part that should no longer even be in the equation? Do you think that would ever go away? Like, we have to really, like, y'all know I like coming here because we will have conversations to unpack some things. Like, we really have to do it. And but I really do think that it's this. It's the it don't affect me. But then what happens when it does affect you? And then the person who it doesn't directly affect, who they don't care at the moment, when those table turns, they then do what? Go and talk to the people or want justice, right? And then when the people who they were saying, oh, they didn't care about it, right? It's like, oh no, not now. Oh, now you wanna but I get we have to go through things in life in different stages and stuff like that. Hey Sanara. But I remember, like, I would be with my daughter's father years ago, and all his friends wasn't no good. And we used to beef because you're not bringing me around your girlfriend, your wife, the mistress, the baby mother. Or I remember one time I was trying to post my pictures, and somebody was like, "Oh, you can't post the pictures because such and such don't know that I'm here with my baby mother." I'm like, what that got to do with my camera? Like, yo, so I can't take no pictures because you're lying? Like, you're not even my friend. Yeah, right? So it's just being in those predicaments. It's like, what does that have to do with me that I am not able to take pictures and post on my page because you're lying about where you are? You know what I mean? I'm like, what the hell? And I'm like, and it's like, oh, and then it was like, well, if you do post, just post the pictures of you. And then I go looking on the internet. This is a true story, y'all. And then I went on the internet one time, right? And God damn it, even the baby mother or whoever post a goddamn picture of the man, and she put a emojis and all that over his whole body and just let his hands and shit show. Y'all know how they do. The people that take you with them through the whole pregnancy, and then they post the baby and put emojis over the baby. Like, what did you take us, girl? I didn't attend the baby shower, the gender reveal, all that. All of a sudden, the baby here, and you put emojis over the baby face. Or you got the chicks that be showing all this stuff, they with the nigga, and then they putting emojis on the nigga face. Like, girl, when I see shit like that, I automatically assume your baby is ugly and that nigga ain't yours. You know what I mean? Like, that's where I instantly go. Like, girl, that nigga for the streets. Ain't no old I'm like, when I started do y'all remember that little I'm gonna call that a damn pandemic. Y'all remember that? I don't see it as much anymore, but I was like, listen, I'm automatically assuming that when you got emojis on your baby face, your baby is ugly, okay? Your baby has not formed into that little alien self yet, and it's like all babies be looking crazy when they come out. So I'm gonna just assume that the baby is not cute. And that the man that you with ain't yours. Because I be sitting here like, yo, all these niggas is not El Chapo. So everybody don't need an emoji over their face. Like, you are not fucking with Nino Brown over here, okay? He is not running on the run, bitch, because if he was, he wouldn't be having you put all the shit on your page any goddamn way. Because, girl, we know you freaking either a student at Coppin or you fucking work or CNA, GNA, and you out here with a 40-inch bust down, an AP, and Gucci everything, bitch. What salary you got? He ain't, you know what I'm saying? That you out here putting emojis over people's face. Girl, shut up. If he wanted to be discreet, if he wanted to be settled, then he wouldn't be putting you in all of that. Y'all saw what happened with Frank Lucas. He was mad as shit his wife made him put them furs on, but she wanted to put on the fur, wanted them to look nice. As soon as she put them on that fur and they look nice in that front row, Fez was there with that camera. Got him. You know what I'm saying? So, like, let's stop. We're not all out here messing with El Chapo. For real. No, for real, Audrey. It's like, woo, let's get it together, people. Why even post a picture if you go and put an emoji over? That's what I'm saying. So here it is. I'm being told I couldn't post pictures at all, but your baby mama did posted pictures of you with an emoji. And then this is what gets me because, baby, whether you creeped on me with your girlfriend or whatever the case may be, your wife, whatever, and you had a baby and now you is my baby daddy too, ain't no way I'm posting you and putting an emoji over your face. Like, let's be real. Ain't no way. Ain't no way. But these are the things that these women be out here doing. And that is why some of these dudes be able to do the stuff that they do. Okay. These dudes be able to do the stuff that they do. And y'all know how I feel about a lying man. A man that got the lie to get some coochie is a clown. Like, I'm sorry. You're a clown to me. If you have the lie to get some coochie. If you gotta lie, you ain't that dude. That ain't nothing to do with my event. That's what I'm saying. You know what I mean? And you know, but needless to say, it happens. It's out here. And look, and you're a man saying that. Like, I really do. Like, I feel like men, even women though, like, you don't gotta lie. I feel like if you lie to get something, then you don't feel like you really him for real. You know, like you really ain't him. You not him if you gotta lie. Cause it's like, yo, did you show up being you or did you show up lying? Cause the liar getting me don't get no points. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, how did you show up? How did you show up? And quite as a cat, us as women, we already know if we're gonna give you something. We know if we're gonna give you something from the time we see you, goddamn it. You know what I'm saying? Let's call a thing a thing. So lying to me is one thing. And I know I've heard some dudes that was like, well, I lied because women always say that they can handle just being sexual and then they want more. Now here we are. I do believe that happens, right? But I feel like that only happens because at somewhere down the line, you lied and crossed the line. You know what I mean? Like, if we are only supposed to just be cuddy buddies, you're not supposed to be calling me during the week unless it's time to body rock and knock in the boots. You're not supposed to be texting me, good morning, how my day going? Do I got lunch? Do I need lunch? Let me know you made it home. And and it might sound crazy because people always get on me when they be like, damn, the nigga can't even know if you made it home. No, because you're doing too much. Like, well, anything could happen. Anything could happen. But guess what? If you want to know if I made it home, Google me, right? Google my area, Google my car, different ways to find out. Don't call me until it's time for us to get it in. Does that make sense? Or was that a little too harsh? But I feel like the lines get blurred because you talk about, oh, well, I said I didn't want a relationship, or right. Well, women, what do you say? They say they could do it and they change up. No, because why are you spending quality TI on me? Okay. And I believe that is the issue. Quality TI on me. I was just having this conversation recently. Actions speak louder than words, right? Even though we live in a world today where as though the actions don't even matter because we support some of the craziest shit. It's like, my God. You know what I'm saying? Even like we talked about it last week with the stuff we listened to. Bounce that ass like your friend do. Why is you looking at my motherfucking friend? And then spin that shit. All my scammers, niggas at where they at? Girl about to go to jail. Like, look at what we promoting and listening to. Like, girl, you know what I'm saying? So it's just like, come on. Um, you saying these things and you're doing these things, but your actions aren't doing these things. And then it's like, I was like, well, the issue becomes when you meet a woman, right, who can match your energy. Hey, if we just supposed to kick it, we just gonna kick it. And I'm only gonna call you when it's time to kick it. And that don't mean I'm calling you every time I leave the club. You get that little drink in you. That don't mean I'm calling you every time I'm out. And if I'm on a date, I'm answering my goddamn phone because you need to know I got options. Okay? I got options. Because then when it starts to look like you narrowed it all down, right? And, and I might be wrong, and some people might be like, oh, it's a respect thing. No, the respect thing is you not lying. Look at me. The respect thing is you not lying from the very beginning. If I know that you see other people and the day is my day, why would I be upset that you answered the phone for Sheila? You answer the phone for Sheila, I'm going to answer the phone for Dante. Like, what we doing? It don't matter. So I feel like that is where the issues, come in. And it's not that, all women, what do you say? Well, women say they want one thing and they can't do it. No, the problem is you ain't test the waters because, or as my homegirl say, she always be like, no, it's all fun and games until I put that frog in the back of your throat and you sick about it. You know what I'm saying? No, there are people out here who will be on the same page with you. But this is why I say this, right? And I live by this. And I didn't always live by this, but this is why I think, like, do monthly, like I do quarterly check-ins, like with my partner. I do quarterly check-ins, okay? For people who don't know the quarterly, we're gonna do is 3 months, 90 days, whatever you want to say. And for the people who irritate me with the kids, I'd be like, how old is your baby? Oh, 25 months. Shut up. How old is your baby? 1. I can't stand that. People telling me your baby is 16 months. Then I got to sit here, add, subtract, multiply, and divide just to find out how old your baby is. Never mind. I don't even care. You know what I mean? All of those things. And what you say, y'all definitely already know if y'all gonna crack us within the first 10 minutes of being in our presence. It ain't nothing like being yourself, because what's for you is for you. No chasing needed. Exactly. And it's just crazy. I feel like I probably lost my thought, but it'll come back. But it's just crazy, and I'm like, no, you can be honest, and you can be honest, and you can be yourself. But this is why you have to show up and be who you are from the very freaking beginning. You say, if you ain't P, if you ain't really P, you ain't really P if you have to lie. Exactly. Like, people are not, listen, these people, listen, these niggas out here that be married, they don't be lying. They don't be lying. So why do single dudes be lying? You know what I'm saying? I hate that age of months. Like, what the fuck? The baby was just the baby with the feds. I never heard it that way. Not is the baby with the feds. Hold on, let me see this. Not is the babies with the feds. That is hilarious. Yes, how old is your baby? Doing 9 or 10. Okay, doing a 9 to 10 month bed, right? Girl, just tell me what you mean. I feel like after the 5 months, I feel like the stuff that matters, right? But I feel like after the baby is 1, the months go out the window. Okay. Let me see. I'm sorry, I'm texting. Let me see one. You know what I'm saying? Like after that, it's like, okay. it can be that way. Hold on, let me tell this. Turn. Um, all right, I'm back. You know what I mean? So it just be things like that. And I feel like that, people you get to see people's intentions and stuff. And it's not even about, people say, well, is that's disrespectful, is rude. No, it's what it is, unless it's time to go to the doctors. Unless it's time to go to the doctors or with the babies. I can't stand that either. Not even with the doctor. You hit me up there like 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 40, 50, 60. I ain't got time. I'm not even interested in you or the baby. You or the baby. Um, but yeah, so I just feel like we just have to do better at sticking together all the way around. Um, and I feel like if we took us more serious with everything, then other people would take us more serious. Don't you think? What's this? Oh, okay. If we took us more serious, other people would take us serious. You know what I mean? So it's just one of those things where it's like, you know what? Um, I think that it goes back to what Cat Williams said. You'll never know why liars lie. Remember he said, I don't know why liars lie. And at this big grown age, it's like, what you gonna get in trouble? What you gonna get punished? Like, what you lying for? What's going on? Look at him. Look at him. I'm sorry, y'all. He trying to break. This little boy is always trying to come here agitating me. Hold on. Let me see. Look, yo, he always trying to do. He always trying to come in here. He's. I said I was supposed to start facing the camera that way so y'all can see it. Hold on, let me see. Look, he walking away. I hear his little feet. But outside of that, I think that we live in a time where we need to show up and we need to be ourselves. What I said is like I do monthly check-ins. I do monthly check-ins because it's like, I mean, quarterly check-ins because it's like, let's do an update. Because if this is not working, if it's not in its good space or something, we can just call it quits. Don't get me wrong. So, quitting anything, especially when you like a person and stuff like that, it is a process. Don't get me wrong. But at the end of the day, it's like if you don't know what you want, sometimes it's like, just don't even do it. Just don't do it. You know what I mean? But we're human. People gonna do it anyway. Yep, we got Trump in office. We got to be serious now. Games have to stop. This man trying to kill us slowly. Okay, listen. And when in doubt, blame everything on Trump. Shit, I know that's what I'm in. That's what I do now. You see them acting crazy? That's Trump. I blame everything. I blame everything on Trump. Okay, the same way they blame everything on us, I blame everything on him. Yeah. Yes, I do. Sure do. Don't care. Ain't embarrassed. Don't feel a way about it. But we just have to do better at sticking together, and it does go back to like what you guys said and what Mel and I said. you know we always feel like it shouldn't matter until it affect us. Wait a minute though. Would y'all tell on your kids if your kid was out here not being right? Would you tell on him or her? hmm I want to know. Would you tell if he or she was creeping? Because I'm trying to see, because I know it's somebody in here. You know how y'all feel about your signs. I know it's somebody in here that they be like, I'm not telling on my son. She just gonna have to figure it out. I don't like y'all. I don't like mothers like y'all. um, but outside of that, right? Um, I think that we all can make a difference in our own way. Like we all do make a difference in our own way. especially when you can look on like your page and stuff, if you guys be on social media, like even people who aren't even trying to be something, you could be a regular smuggler degular person, just like me, and you'll have people who are like um maybe thinking you're trying to compete with them, whether it may be a friend, or you could just see like your influence that you have where people want to either be friends with you, but they don't know how to go about being friends with you. So they end up disliking you, or um, people who may just like mimic you and things like that, or just wanna be, cool with you because they want to know what's going on with you. And it's like, okay, what is going on? People are weird. But at the same time, it's like we do have to get better. Like, we stuck together to a degree with the Target stuff, but look at, like I said earlier, look at how much of an impact it had when we didn't do the Target thing. Drewski mocked that damn white lady, and even the people who ain't like her, they wasn't having it. So much to the point, if you ask me, they punished Kevin Hart for it. You know what I'm saying? Like, we are now living in times where we are trying to say, hey, let's desensitize black America and let people think that it's okay for the foolery and to be racist. And then here we are. And now this young boy had an all white jury as if we are fucking living back in Mississippi in 1945. Like, how does somebody in 2026 even get an all white jury? You know what I mean? So it's just like, if that's true, I didn't follow it, but that's what they saying on the internet. Y'all know, I cannot confirm or deny. But it's like, if that is true, y'all, let's really think about it. We have Asians here. The Asian people even got a hate bill. How do the Asians have a hate bill? You cannot do anything to an Asian, depending upon what it is, without being considered a hate crime. But you can do what you want to do to us and to the Puerto Rican. Okay. Um, you talk about the damn Holocaust with the Jews. They own everything. Look at what they rate off your head. They don't care what go on. You know, and then you got the good cautions. They stick together. They stick together. And actually, I believe that they said that now as time go on, they are becoming the minority. They are becoming the minority. So if the statistics and the numbers are true, right, it kind of has to make you look at what's going on to be like, oh, okay, you understand why things are going on the way they're going on. Because there is so many people in this world, there's so many people who are successful. You mean to tell me, and this is only from what we know, right? Let's go for what we know. You mean to tell me that out of all of these black people who are so creative, who are making money, you mean to tell me the only black billionaires is freaking Rihanna, and she ain't even black, she Caribbean, is freaking Jay-Z, Tyler Perry, and Oprah? Out of all the black people in the world, you mean to tell me like those three for us? Oprah, purebred. Oprah, Tyler Perry, and Jay-Z are the only black billionaires. And if it's more, then y'all let me know. And it's like, yo, that can't be true. Like that can't be true. Like, everything can't be these white people or Asians or Koreans. You cannot tell me that they are the ones that have all the money. You can't tell me that. I don't even want to believe that. I don't even want to believe that. You know, just because it doesn't make sense. Do it make sense to y'all? Like, statistically, it doesn't make sense. Um, it just doesn't. And I know what they say, but it's like, why don't we have our own Negro leagues? Look, they were getting mad about us having BET. And the white people were like, well, if we had an all white channel, y'all would have a fit. I don't know. I think we probably would. I don't know. But God damn it, if you wanted one, go ahead. Y'all got anything else? They done bullied their way into the White House. This man is has damn near hired nothing but a bunch of sex offenders to do everything. Him himself is one. So it's kind of like when we look around, if we have to look around at everything that's going on, it's like, yo, something just does not make sense here. Everybody loves me. I know that's right. I love you too, though. So everybody probably does love you. Honestly, I don't know because I'm not in those shoes, but I would absolutely tell my child about themselves and pressure them to do the right thing because I didn't instill that bullshit in them. Well, shout outs to you, Black Dad. Shout outs to you. It's all strategic. They hate us for so many reasons, especially for still being here after everything they've done and still doing us. Yeah. Let's see. I forgot the number, but it's a few black millionaires. Millionaires, billionaires. They're just not famous at all. Regular entrepreneurs, investors that are nowhere near the limelight. Right. So that's why I said it's like, yo, it is so many more of us. But my thing too is like, why don't we know about it? Like that is like black history. Why don't we know? Like, why don't we know? And I get it. Not everybody wants you to know their business and things like that. But I feel like that these are the things that we need to know so that it can help us be better as people. Like we always hear about the deadbeat dads. Why don't we always hear about the dads who are there? You know what I mean? It's like, yes, sometimes you gotta talk about the bad to get to the good, but it's like even the mothers. Why can't we talk about the mothers who aren't as y'all like to say, child support bound? You know what I mean? Like let's really get into it. Why don't we uplift those women? You know what I mean? Why are those dads overlooked? Why are those women overlooked? Um why do we stay so focused on the bull crap? You know, there are men out here who are in marriages and they are extremely faithful. They won't mess around on their partners. Why don't we hear about them? There are some men out here who are like, hey, I want to be married and, I'm saving myself for marriage. Why do he got to be lying? You know what I mean? Like, it's just, if we look around at what is going on today and what culture says, you should just be outside popping pudding, popping pudding, okay, with the scammers, letting them hit your friend, look at your friend bounce that thing. You know what I mean? Um, and all of that. Like if that is truly the case, it's like look at and then when we find somebody who may do some type of positivity, we're just so quickly to break them down. And I know y'all might want to shoot me, and it's fine if you want to pee me, but I go back to Dr. Cheyenne Bryant. You got to do your research. But outside of her talking, right? Outside of, you know, whether she lied or didn't lie about having a doctorate, she's still very educated. She still knew what she was talking about. You can't, it's like, you can't take away what you know from somebody just because you don't like them. Like as much as Amanda Seals, I can't watch her like she's just always a victim, but she's smart. You know what I mean? Some things you just cannot take away from people. And I feel like that we try to take everything away from people when we find out something about them. You know what I mean? The littlest thing is like, oh, she lied about having a doctorate, so she's out here giving out false things. She's a life coach. She should have just came out and saying she was a life coach. Yeah, man, be it as it may, maybe she should have. Maybe she should have. But have you ever looked around to see what society is doing and what culture and what social media is doing as to maybe why she went a different route with people thinking she was a doctor? Strategically, well, she trademarked the name, but you know what I mean? Like let's really look at it, especially if you're like in this entrepreneurial, like, and when you look on Instagram, my nigga, everybody is rich. Nobody is struggling. Everybody is aesthetically pleasing. Like everybody looks like everybody wears the same shit. got the same bags, the same poses, the same hair, the same implants, the same teeth, the same type of dude, the same chain, the same necklace, the same shoes, the same weed, the same haircut, the same car. I mean, y'all can stop me when I'm lying. I always have, all my life I've been like that though. Like I gravitate towards the different, just because like the different is always judged and looked at. I watched something, this guy, I guess he in Baltimore, he came home from prison, whatever, but he does his little talking thing. He be funny. And I seen a little thing where he said, he remember he used to go into downtown locker room and he wanted to buy some Reeboks. He wanted Reeboks. But he said he didn't get the Reeboks because everybody was buying and wearing the Nikes. But now here it is, as he's older and he's gone to prison for all those years, he's home and all that, and he's, he was speaking on how, yo, you gotta be true to who you are. Like you can't not be who you are. Like, yo, if some clothes, look at me. If some clothes and some labels and some and stuff make you the person, whew, that's a dangerous place to be. That's a dangerous place to be. Like, let's really sit here and think about that. If what you wear defines you, that's dangerous. That's dangerous. It's almost sad. It's almost sad. It's like, do you make the clothes or the clothes make you? Like, we live in a world now where, did y'all see people saying, oh, how you out the country, or how you on this trip, or people going away? We talked about it a few weeks ago, and you got your outfit came from Shein. Like, so what? Like, who made you the fucking? And then at the end of the day, just because people, one thing is true, just because people get older don't mean that they're mature and don't mean that they're grown. Just because you're grown don't mean that you aren't a big kid, right? So, but who made you the fashion police? Who put you in charge of the what people can do individually committee? You know what I mean? That's like me. If I got some shoes or some jeans or something and I like it, it's my favorite, I'm gonna wear it with any and everything. But I'm not gonna care. People have said stuff. Like, you love put your little favorite boots on. Oh, you might be trying to be shady. Oh, I catch the shade, but baby, these favorite little boots, I'm still doing everything you doing. You know what I mean? And that be the funny part. Real shit. Like, everybody out here getting their bodies done, and your man is laid up with a muffin top like me. You know what I'm saying? Then you mad. Like, oh, that's what you into? Yeah, girl, that's really what he into. Anybody told you to go do all that? You know what I'm saying? Like, and it's just crazy. We want people to think alike. Like, we all have to agree. We like, I don't understand it. And I try not to make sense out of nonsense, because at the end of the day, I find that anybody who is able to be who they are, no matter where they go, to me, like, they are the most beautiful people on the planet. No shade. It really are. They really are the most beautiful people on the planet. People who can just be themselves. That superficial stuff is some trash. So I think whenever you come across somebody who is really them, like, that matters. It's like, okay, we're not on planet nowhere. You know what I mean? Let's see. Niggas be worried about the wrong shit. As long as she not scamming nobody, then what's the problem? We always got to find a way to be against our own. I'm sick of it. Yeah. And that's the thing. Like, she ain't scammed nobody. Like that was the whole overall thing. Like if society didn't put all of these stipulations on what a man should be or what a woman should be or what you should be as a person, it's like this is the same thing. I had this conversation. I don't know if Papoose like Clarissa or he don't like Clarissa. All I know is he's there now, right? She caught so much slack, right? And I'm just showing you what it looks like. She caught so much slack for tattooing his name on her boob, and he's still married to Remy. But then you have people who are glorifying and cheering Lotto on for having a baby by 21 Savage, and he too is married. But this is what I was saying. I was on the phone with my friend. You know, Mulatto is racially ambiguous. You know, Clarissa is this dark girl, this dark, pure black girl. Y'all know how America and even some of you watching feel about a purebred black woman, right? Natural, body natural, everything about the woman natural. And then you have her with this young lady who's biracial. Lotto's cute. Um, Biracial, according to society standards, got the body, got the butt, and she did the same thing. But it's like, oh, Lotto love him. Lotto don't play about her man, and oh, the baby's so cute. But when Clarissa went on the Breakfast Club saying she wanted kids, they damn near cut her head off. So it really is where I did learn that there is a thing such as pretty privilege. I learned that that is a thing. I didn't know that was a thing. I told you, my daughter ended up telling me like last year that was a thing. She was like, no, pretty privilege is really a thing. Oh, okay. So as long as you're pretty, you could be pretty. You could be pretty, cute, and dumb and do what you want because you're pretty. Like what? So do y'all not have no brains? And then I say all that to say, I couldn't finish it, but I'm going to finish it. But I even watched Carisha on Cam Newton and how he was talking to her. And I said, Cam loved having somebody on. He loved getting women on his show that he can out talk. Because the two women that he couldn't out talk was Cheyenne Bryant and Lady London. He even threw a little shade at her, I feel, on the Carisha interview. And I'm just like, even when like Natalie Nunn, don't get me wrong, Natalie Nunn, I was watching her last night with my friend. Like, yo, you could say what you want about her, but to know that she went from being a cast member on Bad Girls Club to now this girl got, I was like, I seen her music videos last night. I was like, oh, she really got music videos. It was like, yeah. I was like, oh shit. I was like, you know what? You may not like what she did. You might not like how she got there, but she did it. She doing the damn thing. And I was like, wow. So, you know, here we are. These are the times we live in. But when you listen to them have conversations and you go to sit to talk to them, like sit down and actually have a conversation, them girls is just slow. And I don't mean it like that. You know, I don't mean it like slow like that, but I mean it like slow. You know, and when I mean like slow, I'm not saying like slow, like you don't know, but it's like they give me a damn headache. You know what I'm talking about? Like you ever have a call with y'all? I know I'm not the only ones. Y'all ever have a conversation with somebody, and after you finish having a conversation with them, or while you're having a conversation with them, you feel like you have just lost all of your brain cells? I know I'm not the only person who has ever experienced that. That is what watching them sometimes when they talk and they're trying to do like that interview thing. I'd be like, I don't know what the fuck they talking about. Like, how did you get here? Like, what? That's funny because I just bought a pair of Reebok Classics and rock the fuck out of them. I'm gonna wear what I want to wear. Listen, I was dying to get some Avias, right? And when I tell you, I finally was able to get some Avias like some months ago. I cannot stress to you. I said, yo, this gotta be just a black culture thing where people like try to clown you for what you wear. Because when I was going there trying to find a certain color, it was never there. I don't know who buying them avians, but them things be selling out. But my point is, I have never had a tennis shoe more comfortable than the pair of avias. Than the pair of avias. I have never had a shoe more comfortable. And you know how I feel. If you don't like my hair, if you don't like my clothes, if you don't like what I got on, then you need to buy it. I kindly put it on. Thank you. Mm-hmm. But if I got to buy it, I'm gonna buy what I like. I'm gonna buy what I like. And then I on Sunday I got to wear Casey It's Just Yarn's crochet bag that she sent me. Yo, when I tell y'all, I don't know if anybody ordered it yet, but when I tell y'all I was giving out that lady information to everybody, everybody was trying to kidnap my bag. And it felt good. It was just, and I don't want to say it's a regular, because it was a luxury crochet bag made by a black woman, right? And to have it on, like, people were literally stopping me, asking me about this bag. So shout outs to Casey It's Just Sean. And she's been coming up with some more designs too. Like, whew. And I was like, yo, I felt proud, you know. I went and showed them her page and everything. Like, I love that. I really like that I had to say, oh, just go on the Louis website, pull it up, it'll be there. No, I had to go and show you this lady's collection. And they was like, oh yeah, send me that, send me this. Oh, I need this, send me this. And I was able to tell them, hey, it takes her this long to make the bag, this and that. I think she's coming up with like a Juneteenth bag. I know she came up with like a Black History. Like, it felt good to know the history of the product. I got some shades, some Prada shades. I don't know the damn history of Prada. You know what I mean? I can't get in contact with the owner. I've never spoken to the owner of Prada. Even though I got those glasses as a gift eons ago when they first came out. But that's the point. You know what I'm saying? I think I don't know about you, but as I had continued to grow and learn more about like financial literacy and things you can do with your money, and just the importance of making sure like your money and things and it works for you and things like that. And just being proud about the money you spend. That's why I say, yo, whenever y'all donate towards me, I'll be super excited. It's truly appreciated because this is coming out of y'all hard-earned pocket, and y'all are just believing in this little colored girl and just helping me. Even if you ain't believing in me, right? I believe in me enough for me, but for all of y'all. But even if you aren't, or even when there's moments, y'all, when I feel like I don't want to do it, and I have those often, right? But even when it's moments like that, and I can honestly say, I didn't used to have those moments. Like, they would come and I would be worried about all this other stuff. But since my cousin passed away, I've had that has come more. That has come more over the years than anything, right? Like, I don't want to do this. I don't want to do this. But at the end of the day, I have moments where I'll talk and speak to people who can, just listen to me. And I sit and I think about the equipment, right? I started this with a phone, my nigga. Like, I started this with a phone and in my bedroom. And so even when I do have those moments where I'm like, yo, this is that, it's still like, yo, I can't not do it and give up. Because y'all have invested in me. When y'all sit here, y'all watch me. Your time is the one thing that we cannot get back. So when we give it to people and when we do something with it, you know what I mean? It matters. Like, you can't give me back I don't put nobody out there, but just the two that's here, like Sanara and CJ have like poured into me a lot, right? Now, they're not the only ones, but just because you're right here, y'all know I don't always keep stuff quiet. And I'm sorry if I put you on the spot, but I'm just saying. So it's like, Even with, I remember one of my friends, I was doing this thing, was like, yo, every time I call you, yo, you doing something on your phone. I was always editing on my phone. That's why it is so hard for me to sit at a computer and edit. I don't like it. It takes too long. I can't, I just don't like it. And they was like, yo, what is it? What is it? Why? What you need? I'm like, I don't know. This is just what I had my phone. So I'll call you back when I finish editing. Yo, my homie went and brought me an iPad. Yo, sent me a freak at that time, it was a 50, sent me like a $700 iPad to my house. Thank you, Lord, for that. And so it's just like, yo, I look at all that stuff and I be wanting to, even like I said, more so here now, when those thoughts and stuff come, but it's really like, yo, it's different. So them bags is fired. They are. So it's different from me having her bag, right? And somebody's like, I like it. And the one lady was like, oh my God, I know how to crochet. She was like, but I ain't never crocheted this. How she do it? I don't even care how she do it. I want one because I want to show my sisters and tell them, like, oh my goodness. So it's one of those things where it's like, to have something that somebody has put their blood, sweat, and tears in. And I've had a conversation with her too. And the thing that we do too, and I do it sometimes too, and even you do it if you're listening. I don't know who this is for, but you are very talented and you have something that the world needs and that you could just offer, right? And for whatever reason, you won't do it, or you don't want to bet on yourself, or you don't want to go all the way in, because you don't know what it'll look like. But I'm telling you that every day I get more and more and I practice more and more of saying, you know what, God, you gave me this vision, you gave me this platform, you're going to see it through. Because, my guy, I ain't had the money to fund all of this stuff. Now, I did fund a lot of it out of my own pocket, but the point of the matter is, these monitors, people gave me monitors and microphones and everything. Like God really will send people along the way that'll help you. If this is really like, if you're doing what you want to do, you know what I mean? And so, like I was telling her, we had a conversation. I'm like, you should do this. You need to put them there to this. But she said, I'm still a little scared. I'm still, working through my faith. And I know if I go all the way in, it's going to take off. And she said, but I don't know if I'm ready for that. So I like it at the pace that, she can control it. And I said, I know exactly what you mean. I respect that. I get it. But girl, if ever you go all the way in, I feel like he has already shown you that you're going to take off. So to have her purse, and I know the lady who makes the purse, and I don't even know her, but cordial. We've had a relationship, a rapport, a conversation with her one time. Well, two times because she was on the show, but I had a conversation with her, and I talked to her, through the internet. But I had a conversation with her, and it's like, as soon as I did it, I said, girl, people have been running me down with this bag. And she was like, thank you. Thank you. So don't be mad when y'all start seeing me with nothing but this pink bag, okay? Uh, um, but I feel like that. Um, it was just good. It was just different. Yes. The quality, yes. It's all good. That's what friends are for. And hey, Sanara. Sanara crept in here. You know what I mean? So it's one of those things where, yo, it just was different to know, like, okay, I have something on of someone whom is theirs, and you just never know. I think it's cool to be a part of somebody's journey, just because you just never know how they and where it may go. And the one thing I do know, yo, when you do go out here, you guys, and you step out here and you go after, or you pursue something that you want to do, and whether it's even getting a promotion in the corporate world, because everybody's not built for an entrepreneur, right? Um, that you never forget the people who cheered you along from the beginning, or who were there with you along the way. You know what I mean? We never forget those people. even if it falls off and things change, because life happens, right? But you just never forget those people who were with you, who believed in you and who started. So that's why I'll be telling y'all, like, I love y'all. I love y'all. And I don't know what's gonna go. I don't know where we going, but we going. We going and we going together. Maybe one day I'll eventually get back into having anniversaries and things like that. But at the same time, it's just like, yo, it was really good having her purse. I guess that's basically what I'm saying. And I was like, dang, I wish I had some on hand. But, and then one lady, she said, here, get it to my husband. I sent it to her husband. She said, I want a bag for my birthday. And it was so cute that here this lady is not asking for no Gucci, Louis, Prada, and then I shop at Saks. You know what I mean? She's asking for a Casey It's Just Yarn luxury purse. Like, what? You don't want no, Louis? She like, no. I want you to get me this. She was like, send this to me. Send this to my husband. Get this for my birthday. And I was like, well, it takes about a week. She makes them and she goes, I don't care. I want the bag for my birthday. I was like, oh, we love you too. Yes, I love y'all. Yes. We love you too, shorty. You know why? You always got to be such a thug when you talk to me, CJ. It's like, no. Yeah, I love y'all too. So, I don't know. I just feel like, it's just different. It was just different. Having something and knowing about the product. Oh, wait a minute, I ain't see that. No, people gotta stop acting like celebrities or superhumans with no flaws. Just because they famous and rich, they just as dumb as everybody else. Message. Message. Okay. The damn sure is. But wait, you said, what you say? You said, yo, I tried on some avias the other night. I almost bought them. I still might want. Oh, okay. See, you said the one day. So y'all know us as black folk. We know what that one day mean. He there yet, but he ain't there yet. He want to get them, but he don't know if he really want to get them because they avias. Nigga, I know what that means. I know what that means. Your pride ain't quite there yet. And I get it. Because it's almost like something that just happens. Because I remember when I was like thinking about it before, and I was like, oh no, somebody they gonna be like, oh, you got on some avians. I was like, I don't give a fuck. And then I thought about how old I was, and it's like, they say older people get to get away with some stuff, y'all. The older you get to wear anything. It don't got to match, But I said that to say, if somebody had something to say, oh, you got on avians? Yeah, and I got a motherfucking 800 credit score. How about that? You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you gotta hit a person back with some life like, yeah. Oh, you wear avians? What's your credit score? How about that? Okay, but you check what's on my feet. You understand? I know that's right. No, you feel me, Sanara? Like I feel like when people be trying to come, we gotta start hitting them with something else. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah. Oh, you got that on? Oh, you a clown? Okay, welcome to the circus, and this circus is definitely got a 8.5 credit score or something. Oh yeah, okay. I'll be that circus living in this mansion, baby. You want to see my bank account? You know what I'm saying? Can't wait. Sometimes you got to talk your talk sometimes because people be like, what? You got to talk your talk. Shoot. Okay. For real. Ah, please. I am one step away from the strap. Oh, shoot. No, Audrey, I am laughing because, listen, I think it's the laziness in me because, oh my God. Andre, I thought I was alone. Listen, right? Listen, oh my God. Andre, you are at the point where you're about to get some strap over shoes. I'm at the point where I'm about to be the mannequin. Just give me the outfit that's on the mannequin. I am tired of looking for outfits and putting stuff together. Yo, so that is so funny that you said that because I was saying that too. I said, I'm about to get me some strap over shoes and just give me some onesies, right? And I was telling my friend the other day, I said, listen, Andre, oh my God, you was a fool. See, I'm glad I'm not alone. See, this is where y'all gotta be talking because I was feeling like it was just me. Andre, you don't know how bad I want to get the shoes that ain't got no strings. The ones that you just slide your feet in. I said, but you getting lazy. I said, I'm about to wear dresses all summer. A dress. I want on that. A dress. Just put me in a dress. Put me in a dress. I'm just tired of looking for outfits, okay? I'm sick and I'm tired and I'm tired of being sick and tired. So that is hilarious. The strap over shoes is crazy. I thought it was just me. I've been wearing all types of shoes for years and even got hella felines that people be shocked that they're felines. Oh, I love me a good feline. Oh, I love me a real cute feline. She said, I'll rock a pair of Skechers in a heartbeat. Okay. She said, a dress and a pair of flats and sandals. Sonera, girl, I'm tired of finding outfits. I'm tired of having to find outfits. I got somewhere to go this weekend, y'all, and I had the outfit in my closet already. I already had, I got a bunch of stuff. And that's what I discovered, especially when it was in February and I was going on my birthday, going away for my birthday. I discovered, I had so much stuff that I didn't wear. Sometimes you have clothes in the house, yo. You just got to go look through them. And like I said, we be having stuff already in the house. We just don't want to wear it. I have so many different dresses with all these tags on them that I need to wear somewhere. And I just knew I was going to wear one this weekend. They didn't change the dress code on me. I was like, oh my God. Why art thou forsaking me? Can I just wear what I want to wear? I just knew I was going to put this little dress on, okay? I was going to put this dress on to be out. But, and I think I still might wear it because it was like, it's not really a must. But I'm like, yo, I had my mind set up on this dress already. You know what I'm saying? You ain't lying. I still got stuff I ain't wear yet that I forget about. For real. You be surprised. You be surprised. And as bad as I was looking at this video earlier where the guy was like, when you don't have any money, you'll eat oodles and noodles or you'll eat whatever's in the house. He was like, so when you're trying to save or when you want to do things, he was like, why is it that when we get money or we have money, why do we got to go out to eat now? He was like, to be disciplined, to save and do different things. Like, even if you got $5,000 in the bank, he was like, you can still eat the noodles that's in the house. I was like, I get what he's saying, because when I cook all week or I'm eating all week, I ain't gonna lie, the moment that I'm able to eat out, I be like, ooh. But I think it's just the break. I don't know what it is. It's like Monday through Friday seems so routinish to me that on the weekend or so, it's like, okay, I can do this. But I just really can't wait till I get to the place in life where every day is a weekend. And when I say every day is a weekend, I'm not talking party turn up. I'm just talking about I really have to figure something out because, the whole, we should not have to wait until the weekend to woosah. I just want freedom. I just want financial freedom, schedule freedom, freedom upon freedom, stability freedom, mental health freedom. I just want freedom. I just want freedom. To wake up and go to sleep and just wake up. And they say, where you going today? I'm going to Switzerland. For what? Because I want to go see where they filmed Alice in Wonderland. Like, girl, what? Well, when you leave Switzerland, where are you going? Oh, I'm going to go to, I'm going to Italy. Oh, well, what's in Italy? They just came out with a new marinara sauce. Like, I want to do stuff like that. I want to do stuff like that. Like, I dream to do stuff like that. Like, I want to do things like that. Like, what? You went over there because, yeah, where's Candace? Oh, she went to Italy. Why? Because she said they got a new marinara sauce. A new marinara sauce. Yeah, you know she loved pizza. Yeah, she do like pizza. Yeah, so she's going over there to get that new marinara sauce. Girl, you went all the way over there to get the marinara sauce? And I bet you somebody will be like, bring me some back. No, you should have went. Okay? I just want to do that. I treat myself once a week to Popeyes, and we eat out on Fridays and Saturdays. Okay, Popeyes make me sick, so I can't eat it. I've discovered I can eat when I had got my wisdom teeth pulled, I was able to eat the mashed potatoes. I turned into a mashed potato. I love their mashed potatoes. If I eat their chicken and mashed potatoes together, my stomach get nauseous. I get sick. But if I eat the shrimp and the mashed potatoes or like the shrimp and the fries they have, I don't get nauseous. So I don't know what that's about. So for the most part, I try to stay away from Popeyes. If I do go to Popeyes, I just eat their sides. Discipline is a superpower. We can't wait to do what we want to do when we get the chance. Yes, it is. But for real, it's like, well, how long do we have to be disciplined? Like, look at me. My little face is back all fat and round, but I'm a little bloated right now. But outside of that, like, I haven't gained like my weight back or anything, but I just don't want to do the right thing. It's like when you do the right thing for so long, it's almost like when you know what you got to do in order to do something, and once you accomplish it, it's like, I know I can do it again. I ain't worrying about it. You know, it's like it's like I can't describe it. I can't describe it. It's almost like I can't even find the words to describe it. Maybe the motivation doesn't be there, or maybe the motivation is lacked. I don't know, but it's like when you know you could, it's almost like when you make a goal and you attain that goal, it's like, oh, this is it. So I don't know. I live by the I'm broke mindset. Oh gosh. And I always say that broke is a mindset. But I feel like, see, there's a difference though, because you can still like be disciplined, right? And you can still have goals and do what you need to do, but you have to enjoy life. You know what I mean? I don't do it to the point where I'm not like enjoying things that I enjoy. Like at the end of the day, it's just to be wiser and smarter and more intentional with what you do. But you only really get one life. Yo, like we really are only here. Like I will never see you guys again. We of course we'll come back in different forms and in different bodies, but that's another conversation. But we will never see each other again. Like if some one of us leave here or something. When we leave here, yo, what do you want to be able to say you did though? Like I don't want to be able to say, oh, I lived on such this strict budget that I didn't really enjoy the blessings, right, that God had gave me to be able to do things, right? I don't want to be able to say, oh, all I did was argue and be back and forth with a bunch of dudes all day, or keep getting in the wrong relationships, or keep crying over the same person, or breaking up over this, or always arguing with my friends, and or just, what I'm saying? It's like I told you, like, my cousin asked me that over 15 years ago. Like, how do you want to be remembered when you leave here? And I'm like, I'm asking you that too. How do you want to be remembered when you leave here? And it's not even a question that you can always answer like right away. But when she asked me that, I was like, But that question, she asked me that back in 2016. That question is what like led me here to what you see today. That question is what made me finally get off the baby mother, baby father roller coaster. That question made me really be like, okay, what do I want my kid to see? How do I want to have people interact with people and people to remember me? So that question, that one question, and you guys write that question down. I think y'all should write that question down. Write it down, and you may not have an answer, and come back to it. Sit and pray or meditate on it, because that question ultimately changed my life. It shifted my mindset, not the broke part of it, but it shifted my mindset. And all it really takes is shifting your mind. It shifted my mindset, um, for the good. That's like my daughter. My daughter has been in relationships. She like relationships, all this other stuff. And I'd be telling her, I'd be like, girl, you young. And I'd be like, but listen, once you discover that there is more to life than a relationship, oh my God. Once you discover that there's more to life than struggle, pain, chaos, drama, depression, sad, it's like a whole another level is unlocked. Once you discover that the world is bigger than where you are, the world is bigger than where you are from. It's like, oh my goodness, meeting new people, going to different places. That's one of the reasons why I wanted to move to Charlotte. When I went down there for Charlotte, remember when I went down there for that radio station them years ago? Like, they were so friendly down there. Now I'd be like, I don't know, with all this Trump stuff, moving down south, I might need to stay up north. But no, when you get out and you meet people, it does something like, oh damn, everybody is not angry. Like, everybody's not angry. But it's times like I could be here. I could be out here, like at home, Baltimore, and maybe outside or something, and somebody's looking, I'm saying, how you doing? And people like, hello. Like, why are we leery when people speak, or we'll just stare. It's like, you want to say something, but I've experienced where I've gone to other places where people see you first, like, hey, how's it going? Hey, how are you? And it turns into like a huge conversation. I've met some great people that way. I've had some people be some good guests that way. So it's just like, yo, you just never know. You just never know. You just never know the way the cookie crumbles. But I don't know. But I think we should really do that though. I really took that question and took that be the energy you want to attract. And that's why sometimes when things go on while I'm feeling the way, I'm like, girl, you know what to do. It's the Baltimore trauma. I don't know what it is, baby. I don't claim that. You know how I feel about people who claim illnesses. I don't claim that. But yeah, I remember being a cop, right? And when I was a cop and I would like do patrol in the summertime, I remember I rode past these boys that was across the street. I was like, why y'all look so mad? Smile. And he was like, it's too hot. I said, well, go in the house. He said, it's hot in the house. But they was looking like they ready to spank whoever say something to them, things like that. So it's just like, you just have to open yourself up to new things. I always be like, girl, listen, life is bigger than relationships, your friendships. You're going to meet some new people along the way. And you just have to be okay with people when they come and when they go. When they come and when they go and things like that. But yeah, like you have to live a little though. You do got to live a little. You definitely have to live a little. But I always say, when you focusing and you're trying to do something, he gonna hide you. And when it's time for you to pop out, he gonna make sure you pop out. And popping out doesn't mean that you got to pop out drip down in Gucci, Louis, Prada. It pop out mean you're going to be free. You're going to be comfortable. You're going to smile. And I'm like, I know what to do. I just don't be feeling like doing it. Sometimes I just don't feel like doing it. Sometimes. But I'm slowly getting back into the thing like, all right, come on. Let's get this together. We got to get it together. But yeah. But this was nice chit-chatting with you guys. Where is it? Is a little high in here. That's because I done locked the dog out. And you would think it ain't no oxygen in here. I'm sorry, y'all. I would give me one of them cute little hand fans, but I ain't gonna use it. I think it might be this drink. Something in this liquor. Oh yeah. The air is getting thicker. People are silly. But yeah, so I think we need to get some goals, you guys. I think we need to try to stick together as much as we can. I can't reach it. I think we need to try to stick together as much as we can. You know what I mean? Do better. Do better. I don't know. Go research the case. Tell me about it. And I always like I gotta go live. But let me ask you this, because Andre was saying he wanted me to go live on Sundays, Mondays, Tuesdays, whatever. But is it okay? Let me ask you guys this. Is it okay for me, because you guys matter to me, is it okay for me just to go live anywhere sometimes? Or do you guys always want me to go live in the studio? Because I think that matters. Because I'm always want to be the little professional. So when, because I ain't gonna lie, I'll be watching DJ Academic sometimes. And that's like his full-time occupation too. So he streams all day. I don't mind streaming all day. I can't wait to really be at that capacity, because he has investors and sponsors and all that other stuff. I'm like, I can't wait to do that, to get like that, to do that all day. But I was like, you know what? Well, maybe I don't have to always do it in the studio. But then I'm like, I don't be wanting to hold my phone. Like, what they say, people forget where they came from. I used to hold my phone and just go live. So I don't know. It's just me. And I used to go to live all the time from wherever I was at. But I'm just like, nope, if I'm gonna go live, I'm gonna go live in here where everything is in here, it's stationary, and I can get into it. Of course, the studio, but be as spontaneous as you feel. Exactly. But I do like when I do the YouTube stuff in my room, like laid up in the bed or whatever, just chilling, watching TV and just be talking. I did love having that random thought. I didn't even know people were gonna, and I labeled it random thought. That's what I was start doing. Random thought. But listen, what's in my cup? So, y'all, I've been drinking Monaco. I like Monacos. Monaco, like the tequila one. The ones with tequila in it get you right. But that was in my refrigerator. I have one more left. But at the end of the day, we're going to figure it out. We're going to figure it out and we're going to get it done. I didn't catch the video live the other day in the bedroom, but it was really, really good. Was it? Because I was just rambling. Whenever I think I'm just rambling, that is so funny. Because whenever I think I'm just rambling in the video, somebody always be like, yo, that was good. And I'd be like, was it? Because I was just talking. My brain, my shit be like, this is your brain's on drugs. Like, I'd be like, and it just like be the random things I think about. But thank you for even watching it. And it's crazy because I did it randomly, and it was like late at night, and so many people jumped on there, like people whom I don't even know. I heard of Monaco. I just had a few shots of Me Campo Resposado. Ooh, you feeling La Francais. You're feeling fancy now. You feeling fancy tonight. Okay. You feeling fancy. But random is real though. Yeah, all of it's real. All of it's real. You know what I'm saying? All of it's real. But it is. It's like it's easy. Like I don't feel like it's any pressure, but it just be like, all right, let me just go here. Let me tell y'all what I'm thinking. So I be feeling like I be wanting to do that. Like, let me just have these thoughts and just tell y'all, excuse me, what I'm thinking, okay? And people be there. But I like it. It be funny because it be people I don't even know that be there. And they were like commenting. Oh look, I just went to that video. I have to go back and respond. I didn't know. I do. You were writing all under it. And that's the thing. I appreciate you too. You guys make sure you engage and you comment and stuff because that matters. That goes towards it. But at the same time, I've been on this whole like listen, people gonna do what they do. You're either gonna engage or you're not. I can whether you engage or don't, I have to still be here. You know what I mean? So I've just been in like this carefree moment. I do have a few things I'm gonna post. I decided I'm going to post them. A few events I went to, hated it. I'll tell you guys live. You guys will get it first. I went to the diner in Blanc, okay? The Baltimore. I was invited. Shout out to my cousin. And yo, when I tell y'all that that event, let me see why I don't do things in Baltimore. Are you guys familiar with that event before I get out of here? So I didn't really get a whole lot of footage. Because it did start raining, but it was just a catastrophe. Um, and I was more excited to be there to see, you know, my cousin than anything. But the event was some trash. The organization was some trash. The place we got there late. I mean, well, we didn't get there late. We got there early. They had us waiting, standing up for 2 hours. Although I didn't stand for 2 hours. I got there at the time they said to get there. But for the people who said to get there at 3, it was a cluster. So I'll show you some snippets from that. That was the all white function that I went to. Yes, all of it is real. Is right, but random is like when you just pop up at your friend's house, y'all just start talking and end up any and everywhere in the conversation. Yeah, so that's basically what it is. So that's what my random thoughts are. Popping up at your friend's house and just ended up any and everywhere. Okay, although I love those conversations. Those conversations be everything. Okay, don't get it twisted now. But that event, I went to that event. I do have to put the stuff together from when I took Nugget to the monster truck show. But the reason why I've just been drained, but the reason why when I went to that one thing I didn't really put it up is because y'all know I told y'all it's hard for me to post places I've been, and I did not like it. And I didn't have like a good time there. And one of my friends was like, well, no, I need you to post it, whether you had a good time or not, because that may make me not go or something like that. I was like, yeah. So I don't know. I'm trying to get better at posting it, even if I didn't like it. So I'm trying to get better at that. As far as just not being in that space. Remember I told you guys like I'll do things different and show you different things, but we're getting away from that space. But y'all always calling me back to that space. But yeah, so I'm gonna be posting those shortly. Shortly, eventually, momentarily. One day. But yeah, thank you guys. Thank you guys. I'm gonna get out of here. Thank you guys for staying with me. We've been here for 2 hours. We are back. 8:00. 8:00. 8:00. 8:00. Your friend is right. Post it all. Well, listen, I'm gonna need y'all who be trying to tell me to do all this stuff. I'm gonna need y'all to come over here and get on the team. Get on the team. That's what I told her. Don't tell me what I need to do and you ain't over here trying to say, here, send me this and put it together. Get on the team. Well, I don't know how to do it. I'll teach you. But yeah, so I'm gonna dump it momentarily. Maybe bigly, swiftly, hourly, eventually. Like I don't know what made me do that. But yeah, you guys, I'm going to do it. I want to get some guests. But y'all, shit, how I'm feeling, these people over here be lying. I don't want nobody up here on this microphone talking to us, and they come lying. The next thing you know, y'all done researched them and found out that they done did something in Switzerland and all. Well, I don't have time. I don't have time. I swear I don't have time. I don't have time. What else is new before I go? Well, y'all, I talk about that. Y'all not really into the hip hop stuff, but the rap girlies is beefing. But yeah, but outside of that, this was a great time. I'm glad. I said I wasn't going to stay here long, and I gave you guys 2 hours. We are getting off. I am super duper excited. All the way in Switzerland. All the way in Switzerland. Okay. We're gonna start doing that. We're gonna start manifesting. We're gonna start manifesting again and continue to manifest, because next week I'm gonna be coming in live reporting from y'all from Portugal. No, I don't want to go to no Portugal. I just lied. Somewhere. Okay? We're gonna sit here and we're gonna have a great time. But thank you guys for being here again tonight. I saw, I conquered, sleepy and all, and I still showed up, okay? So I am excited. Thank you guys for being here with me. Share the show. Sharing is caring. It's not always about a coin. Thank you for any donations. If you've sent some, thought about sending some, wanted to send some, or sent it in thought. Thank you guys for that. We are still on the road. I'm going to get this desk. Don't know when, but I'm telling y'all, we're going to get the desk. So we need a new desk, and we're going to get it. And I can't wait until we do get it. And you guys are going to be here. We're going to get it together. So thank you guys for joining and watching me again tonight, and joining me tonight and sharing and caring. And if you have anything that you want to discuss, or something that you want me to cover, or thing I need to just see and put out there with y'all, let me know, okay? And I will see you guys next week at 8 o'clock. Bye.